Oh, hello, good morning. I hope you guys had the most wonderful Thanksgiving if you guys are in the United States. I am so excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, Christy gave me this very cool Ghost energy drink. And Mama, I've had 1/3 of it and I feel like I could fly. Number two, I am making something I'm so unbelievably excited about. I can't even put it into words. I'm sure you've already seen on the thumbnail and in the title. Do you guys hear how fast I'm talking? I am suddenly very aware of it.
Well, they say he's not coming back and nothing can fill the void, but at least we can try with food. I'll make some apple pie, come on in. It's Dead Dad's Kitchen.
I'm sure you guys have seen it in the thumbnail and in the title. We are making French onion rolls, or French onion soup rolls, even better. So there's gonna be this gorgeous caramelized onion and gruyere filling. There's gonna be homemade bread. There's gonna be thyme. There's thyme, not time. But we have all the time in the world, so don't even worry about it. I am not going to be using a mixer today, so if you don't have a stand mixer, you are not left out of this conversation. Now, before we start with our recipe, I wanna say a big thank you to A Cozy Kitchen, Adriana, for inspiring this recipe. I have tweaked it quite a bit, so I'm gonna be listing the recipe in my description, but it is absolutely 1000% inspired from Adriana at A Cozy Kitchen. So thank you so much. We're gonna start with our onions. Now there are a lot of onions that we boil down in this. And if we end up having too many, that's no problem because I always use caramelized onions in like my focaccia and things like that. So if we have leftover, great. And if we don't, even better. Let's get started. We're starting with our caramelized onions because those always take the longest. I'm gonna do a whole stick of butter and we're gonna do some olive oil into a big old pot right there. So we're just gonna get that stick going. And then I'm gonna add a touch of olive oil as well, just so we can get both of those fats kind of working together while we get our onions prepared. I'm going to be using a mandolin to slice these guys. We're gonna be taking off these skins and the roots of the onion and just tossing it into my like freezer bag that I use for like chicken soup and stuff. Let's put our little hand protector on. How about that? We're going to put this first onion in here because that is already starting to brown more than I would like. So if we add something for that fat to start cooking, it will stop the browning process of the butter. And yes, I am adding all these onions in at separate times, but it's only a couple minutes apart and it's not gonna be, detrimental to anything. So I'm not too concerned about it. Should I do this in quarters? Let's give that a look. The mandolin is so nice. If you guys do a lot of chopping or salads, I would highly, highly suggest it. It's so nice to have. Oh yeah, see, gorgeous. See, look. And then it's also just so uniform. Like everything is gonna cook at the same pace because it's all the same size. That's why you would never want to, well, not never, like chill out, Irene. But that's why it's better to always use like the same shape of pasta. Like you wouldn't wanna cook fusilli and spaghetti in the same pot together because they're gonna cook at different times because they're different shapes. No. It's okay, it's just an onion. Give it the old rinse-a-roo. So yeah, the shape of stuff really changes the length of time you cook it. Like if you're cooking a baked potato versus some roasted like potato chunks, that's gonna cook way longer, And as soon as I'm adding these to our butter and olive oil mixture, I'm making sure to just get everything recoated in that fat, in that butter, in that olive oil. And see, like we're not wasting any of this. That's something I've really been trying to work on this year is like food waste and just being conscious of like what I have versus going out to the store every time I need something. It's way better for your budget. It's way better for the environment. It's way better just like for your mindfulness, honestly. Okay, so we have all 4 of our onions in here. It's a full pot. I'll tell you what, I have not done anything to these except add a little bit of garlic. I was just like, garlic never hurts anybody, unless you're allergic to garlic. I'm gonna add some salt, not too much. We're just gonna see what happens. We can always add more, we can never take away. We're gonna do a couple cranks of pep. I agree. We're also gonna add just a touch of thyme in here because it's a nice little earthy herb. It's gonna add a bit. It's gonna be real nice. Don't be scared. Now this pot is sort of weird and old, so it might give us some some extra color at some point, which is never a problem. I'm gonna take some of this thyme. We're gonna do, gosh, not too much at all. We don't want the thyme to burn, but this is gonna cook pretty low and slow for a while. The thyme stems are so delicate. I'm not even gonna worry about taking those off. It's not a big deal. Okay, now we're gonna start work on our dough. I'm super excited. This is an enriched dough. I love working with enriched doughs. That just means that it has things in it besides like flour, water, yeast, and salt. So this has butter and eggs and milk. I'm gonna use buttermilk because I just love buttermilk. To start with our dough, we're gonna get a nice big bowl that we are going to first add our dry ingredients to. We're gonna use 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and I am still so cognizant of my caramelized onions that are happening, so I'm giving those a stir every couple of minutes just to make sure nothing is sticking, nobody's burning. I know I've said this 1,000 times, and it's probably every time that I'm making caramelized onions, but I wish you guys could smell in here. It's truly magical. Butter and olive oil and salt and onions. Ugh. Now you might be thinking, okay, Irene, why are you gonna add sugar to this savory bread? That's because the yeast needs something to eat. The yeast needs something to kind of munch on so that it can create the gas that causes our bread to rise. It also helps keep our bread really tender and really fluffy. Okay, we need 2 teaspoons of salt. And we are using 2 packets of instant dry yeast. Now, this is the only thing that I would normally like. I don't think you need to use instant, but I had instant and Adriana suggests use instant. So that's what I started testing the recipe with, and it, it does not work. And we're gonna use 2 packets of that. So that is 14 grams. I always think yeast looks like little bugs. I always like to give my dry ingredients a little mix so that everything is evenly dispersed throughout it. So we're not, there's not like a big pocket of yeast and a big pocket of sugar that we all have to work out later. It's just already done. So we are just about to start our dough. What I've done is cleared and cleaned my work surface because like I told you, we're not gonna be using a stand mixer for this bad boy. We're just gonna be using our big bowl that has our dry ingredients, which is our flour, our yeast, our sugar, and our salt. And we're gonna be adding in some room temperature buttermilk and some warm melted butter. So I've had this buttermilk out for a while. I popped it in the microwave for just a second, so I'd say it's maybe warm. And then we have some melted butter that is also pretty warm. We want to make sure that it's relatively warm so that the yeast can activate. And we're gonna start combining. I have my 2 egg yolks and 1 egg mixed up in this little measuring cup. We're gonna add this buttermilk in. We're gonna add our melted butter in. And I'm going to just combine these roughly and pretty loosely. We're gonna add our egg mixture. Well, not mixture, but eggs. So it's coming together into this really shaggy dough. Gonna make sure everything's off my spatula, off the sides of the bowl. This is what it looks like right now. We're gonna pop that out. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't feel very good right now because it has not had a chance to hydrate and work together yet. So when I'm kneading, I like to work in a ball. So I'll bring up this top right corner to the middle, squish it in. Top right corner to the middle, squish it in. And this other hand really just keeps it in its place. Sometimes I'll go in with both. Oh, this is starting to feel really nice. I'm gonna give this a quick coat with some oil so that our dough does not stick. I'm just using a little olive oil. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna give it one final little go over. Oh, that feels nice and smooth. This is going to go covered in a warm spot, which is right here. If you could not tell, I'm sweating. We're going to wait for this to double in size. In the meantime, I'm gonna give these another stir because they are absolutely starting to burn. This is where our caramelized onions have gotten to in only, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. And we're probably gonna give it another, I wanna say 15, 20. I think caramelized onions need to go for like an hour or so. So I'm going to clean up this hellscape, and I'll see you guys when we're gonna shred the cheese. I got some food in my system, which I desperately needed because all I had eaten today was 3 eggs and my Ghost energy drink. I wish they were sponsoring, don't even ask. I would love for that to happen. So Ghost, if you're watching, Ghost energy, I love it. Y'all are gonna lose your mind. Look at this. Did I need 4 onions? Probably not, but we'll see. We need to grate our gruyere. Obviously you can just do it by hand. I'm feeling lazy. Also, can I eat the rind on Gruyere cheese? They're generally not eaten. Okay, loud noise. We don't need our cheese just this second, so we're gonna put it off by our onions and by our egg wash that we'll prepare in a moment. We have a 9 by 13 inch pan. I am not somebody who's gonna get a pastry brush for this. We are all greased up and it's gonna be ready to go. And you guys, here's our gorgeous dough. This needs to be cut into 15 portions. What do we think is the best way to do that? Should I do 3 and then do 5 of each? Okay, there's a third, there's a third, and there's a third. How are we gonna get 5 out of each of these? We'll do it. 5th, a 5th, a 5th, and a 5th. Those are kind of all the same size. We'll see. Some are gonna be larger, some are gonna be a little smaller. And that's just how life works sometimes. Now all we do is flatten these out into a little pancake moment. We're making it so that we can bundle these little guys up. A nice spoonful of each thing. We'll do some cheese. Oh, these are kind of long strands of cheese. Then I'm gonna sort of roll it around on itself. And there we have our little soupy bun. Get out of town. And then we just put it right into our little greased baking dish. Let's get a closer look. What if that's my new catchphrase? Okay, we've cleaned up the kitchen quite a bit. Our little buns are so close to being done. They have been proofing for the last hour or so. My oven's preheated to 350 degrees. Here are our proofed little babies. Oh my God, they're stunned. What we're gonna do is just coat them with an egg wash. Then we're gonna add just some little garnish and then we're gonna throw them in the oven. My egg wash is just egg and water. That was all I had. You can do an egg wash with just egg. You can do an egg wash with egg and milk. You can do an egg wash with egg yolk and cream. You can do any kind of egg wash. And then we're gonna garnish with a bit of our Gruyere cheese that we have left over and a little sprig of thyme. How cute is that? I also repotted this dying plant I had with the living thyme that I bought. I'll keep you updated if on that works or not, but I have a feeling it won't. Can you see them? Shut up. Okay, these cooked for longer than I thought. Don't look at them yet, but I'm really excited. Hello? Hello? Excuse me? I'm sorry. I'm not. And I mean, if you could smell them, get the f out of here. You kidding me? Now, are they likely piping hot? Of course. Is that gonna stop me? We all know the answer to that. Holy f, it smells so good, you guys. Can we just scooch you out, Papa Bear? Or what's up? What's the word, my friend? Don't you do this to me. Oh, don't you. I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not gonna let you. There we go, there we go, there we go. It looks so good. Oh my God. Okay, holy shit. Okay, so here's the bake. Stunning. Stunning. Okay, this one kind of popped open, which whatever, what are you gonna do? Okay. Oh, fuck. Look at it. Get over here and look at it. Okay, 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 okay. No way. I refuse to believe that exists. That's not real. Fucking ow! I don't even care. Death by fucking French onion soup, bitch. You guys, you need to make these. End of story. You have to make these. I think this is one of the best things I've ever made on the channel. Okay, you guys, I hope you had the best Thanksgiving ever, and now you guys have the best other holiday recipe in the entire world for Hanukkah, for Christmas, for whatever you celebrate this time of year, for a Friday afternoon, for a Tuesday morning. What do I care? Oh my gosh. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining today. If you guys would like to join something else, you can check my Patreon out. Starts at only $2. It's a great time, very, very chill. It's so much fun. We have live streams all the time. We play games together. So, so cute. If you guys wouldn't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, that would be amazing. I just hope you have the most wonderful day. I will be eating these for the next week. Okay, I love you. Bye. I don't know why I'm walking away like this isn't gonna be.